Welcome to Tiny Texas Living. Who says you can't live big while living tiny? So we made it through the cold and only had a few issues. Today I'm going to be seeing if one of those issues has been solved. We think that we had a valve that broke, and that's why the water was off in the cabin. So my dad has been kind of trying to figure that out, and he's currently working on it, but I'm going to go ahead and unlock the cabin so in a few moments we can try to turn on the water and see if it works. In the meantime, we have some sunny fun kitties who are enjoying that it's not so cold. Curly here is trying to get some belly rubs. Ooh, yeah, I know, it was a hard few days. I know, buddy. Dash out here followed me over also. Dash is looking kind of dirty because Dash rolled around in the dirt, but also has been in the hay. And well, looking kind of dusty. We did not end up with any more limbs falling, so that's good. And the line over to my house unthawed, so I have water over there again. I only lost power the couple times, which, okay, it was able to be fixed because it was just a breaker that overloaded, but at the same time that's never happened. So I'm assuming there was something going on that kind of caused that, because it went for like 2 days without doing that, so I have no idea. But I will be happy to get back to somewhat normal so that I can start working on regular things again and not being like stressed. There's something super stressful about just having to sit and wait for the unknown, and especially when it's so brutally cold that you don't even feel like going outside. So for about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 days, I literally just sat in my house working on things, balled up as tight as I could, keeping my feet off of the ground when possible so that they wouldn't get overly cold, and making cozy meals. That's about it. So we survived. We're supposed to get another cold snap, but it's not supposed to be as bad as the last one. So, okay, this was an interesting endeavor here at the tiny home. Oh, looky, looky. Speedy's figured out I'm outside now. They're all just coming up. Oh, I'm so happy that they're okay. Okay, I just got the go-ahead from Dad to try to turn the water on. So, I'm gonna try this. If this works, that's awesome. If not, then we have another leak somewhere else. But since the lines are all buried, we're really hoping that this does the trick. So, into here we go. Oh, it is warm in here. It is super warm in here. Let's see, 79 degrees, okay. Okay. It's trying. Okay, so there's a couple positives. It did turn on. Then there's a negative. There was a little pipe that had burst. So I'm waiting on Dad to tell me to turn it back on. But for now, that's good. That means that he knows where the issue is, because there's a whole lot of distance that it could be in that line that could have been broken. And so for it to be so close to where he is really good. So we're just waiting on Dad now, and then I'm gonna try it again. In the meantime, since this thing has been having to go nonstop, I'm gonna turn it off for the time being, and that way it can rest. A lot of factors that people don't consider whenever they have a home that isn't necessarily in a city is that there's so many different moving parts. For example, we have a well, and so a well reacts very differently than a city pipe would, and also it has its pluses and minuses. For example, if you have a leak in the city and everything is messed up even further away from you, you might end up under a boil water notice. If we have something go on here, it's just here. It's not everybody else could be a contributing factor. It's just us or the weather. So that does make it a little bit easier, but also a little bit more complicated sometimes based on the fact that then Dad is the one in charge instead of a city. Now, my dad is super handy, and I'm really appreciative for everything that he does always, because he keeps us up and going here at my little base camp as well as his home. So it's really nice to know that, like, if something does go awry, I can call and be like, oh no, what do I do? And he can help me. But at the same time, there's certain things like weather-related things that there's no contributing factor that could have gone into this other than the weather. So I did all the right thing. I turned on heaters to heat all the pipes. I opened up all the doors. Dad covered all of the things, but whenever the weather's like this, it's just kind of impossible to know what will happen. So getting back into the regular swing of things again, and so many projects, and now I'm feeling a little bit better because at least now we kind of have an idea as to what's going on, and it didn't turn into quite the endeavor that it could have, meaning digging up all the lines just to figure out where it is. So, in theory, this is going to be fixed probably today. We'll see really soon, I guess, but I'm very optimistic because I have a lot of faith in my dad because he's just that handy. Okay, so what happened, Dad?
This side was cracked about 5-6 inches down, so I put a new pipe here. I didn't see no cracks in this one until I turned the pressure on, then it seems about 3 inches down. So I had to cut it off and start all over. So
okay. Okay, Dad just brought me in the pipe so that we could look at it, and this is what had broken, and then he said that this other part had also broken. So yeah, pretty bad stuff there, all just because of the freezing cold temperatures. So now that that's all fixed, everything is up and going. The water's running, toilet flushes, the shower works again. We have good water pressure again. Dad's just in here doing some last minute little tests just to make sure. And I'm going to go ahead and close all the cabinets for now, and then I'll just open them back up tonight and just keep making sure that the pipes stay warm, because even though, again, today's supposed to be better, this weekend it's supposed to be real cold again. Okay, since the water's up and going now, Dad's fixing the little spout for this because, again, we have pretty hard water, so he's trying to get it cleaned off so it'll spray a little bit more evenly. And so this is just a regular maintenance thing that'll be done at different times, not just when the pipes go out. And then in the shower, good pressure again. Yay! If you ever see a weatherman say, take a shower before the weather comes in, do it, because literally this happened and I had access to other things with the other house for dishes and stuff like that, and I didn't lose complete water. But if I was only relying on what had happened here, I wouldn't have been able to run any water. I wouldn't have been able to take a shower, flush a toilet, anything like that. So my suggestion to everyone, no matter what kind of home that you have, is to look into your options for water storage, just in case, and then also look into options for an auxiliary toilet that does not require water. Also, maybe get some cleaning cloths and things like that. They have medical supply cleaning cloths available on Amazon. I use them whenever I'm doing van life just to keep myself a little bit more clean on the road in between my showers, or if I have like a really hot day where I can really actually clean myself as opposed to just using baby wipes, which it's a much better solution. They're called scrubs. Check them out. This is what they look like. And they also have ones for your hair that look like this. And these things are things that have literally been in my van for a very long time, but I also have them here at base camp for my just in case kit. So since it's back to normal now and I have water, I'm about to go and take care of business and start to put away the things that I had out for my preparedness kit and just put them away for next time. I'm super happy that everything is okay, and even though we did go through some struggles with the power and the water and trying to figure out the cat situation, all cats are present and accounted for. I am safe, my family is safe, our water is now back on, power is not a problem now, and we survived, which is the main thing that anytime we go into something like this, I stress about. There's a lot of people out there who are ill prepared for situations. I never want to be one of those. Just because if the worst case scenario turns into the worst case, I want to at least be ahead of the curve just a little bit. So I hope that everything is better now. I'm going to prepare for this weekend a little bit, but it's not supposed to be that bad, but we shall see.